process support vlog concerning drugs, illegal drugs. Not all drugs are illegal. What is a drug? I have been known to state coffee is a drug, nicotine is a drug, chocolate is a drug, pharmaceuticals from the chemist are drugs. This is about what are called illegal drugs, or the illegal use of legal drugs. Smoked my first spliff approximately 1973, age 13. My brother gave it to me. I readily took it, not because I wanted to take drugs, because I wanted to please. I wanted to be involved in my brother's life. That wasn't his motivation for giving it to me. He believed getting high would change the world. A theory put forward, I believe, by Timothy Leary et al., though I might be incorrect in that assumption. Nevertheless, it is irrelevant to my story. Didn't particularly do anything to me. I enjoyed the day in the country where I smoked my first spliff, not because of the first spliff, because I spent a day in the country with my brother. I was looking for what we termed love from my brother. Over the following years, I visited him at weekends, where he was staying with other hippies, they were called. They called themselves. And partook in the smoking of cannabis resin. I encountered occasionally the secretive nature of buying illegal drugs, using phone boxes that could be viewed from apartments so that the caller could be identified, and therefore adding security to the operation for the seller, the dealer, so they knew who was coming to the door, when they was coming to the door, and therefore if anyone at the door unannounced, caution needed to be taken. Never did anything for me. It was always about inclusion at that point. I ran away from home when I was 16, 17, and my brother let me stay with him in his bedsit room that he shared with a pal. Fortunately, him and his pal had a job at night shift. I had a job at day shift. I only saw them when they came in from their night shift and I was going on my day shift, and I came back from my day shift and they was going on their night shift. At weekends they would stay out with their hippie friends, getting high. My drug use during that time was minimal, though I did smoke. Joints, they are called spliffs, glamorous terms. In their company, I did not buy my own. I did not roll my own. I had no interest. I first tried barbiturates when out drinking, found that you could get what was considered extremely drunk off one mixed with alcohol, Nembutol, Tuinol was the first. They are the things that killed Marilyn Monroe. Tuinol, very strong, don't believe you can get them anymore, very dangerous. That was a scene, that little village, people completely wasted is the term, the glamorous term, on sleeping pills, hypnotics. They are fucking strongest sleeping pill you can. In fact, they use the same thing to put dogs down with. It will kill a dog. They will kill humans in small quantities, especially with alcohol. And one of my friends got run over, spent 4-6 months in hospital. Never saw him again actually after that. It was him that taught me how to inject the barbiturates. He was staying with me. This is about 1977, 78 probably. He was staying with me and injecting them every night. I said no for 6 months. I was not interested. Eventually I succumbed to his arm twisting. Why he needed me to try them as well, I do not know. It is a thing with drug addicts. They always need to pull others into their sadness, let's call it. During my time as a drug addict, I have always avoided doing such things. In fact, you would not catch me giving drugs of any sort to anyone who had never had them ever. Although I have no qualms with distributing drugs to those who I knew were using them prior to me knowing them. It isn't justification, it is just an explanation of my rationale. Interesting. Wonder what that means. I then ended up injecting barbiturates every night for 6 months in 1978. To get the equipment for injecting, going through the dustbins of the doctors. I'm a tricky customer myself. I go to the doctors and unlatch the window in the bathroom during the day, go back at night. Find if you leave the latch looking like it is shut, the window is still open, climb in, new equipment, stole a number of prescriptions. Rather than taking the whole pad, I just took a third of it, so the doctor would not know. Enabled me to forge prescriptions to enable me to get my own supply, utilising some young kid and some story that he could have 10% of a sixth of them, whatever that is in percentage. It'd be about 18% more. There was 60 on each prescription, he got 10, I got 50. Though I told him a lie that there was another 4 people involved and it was an equal split. He eventually got caught, but not before I didn't get caught. Not before I had forged a lot of prescriptions, maybe nearly all of them. I don't remember having to dispose of any unused ones. Significant in that when I stopped using at that point, I had fucking serious epileptic type fit, I don't know. I thought I was going to I lived in a bed shared toilet. All I remember is going to the toilet during the night and falling down the stairs every time I tried to get back up, imagining someone there kicking me down, whether there was someone there kicking me down or not. So I have often wondered. I was in a dream state. It was a serious fucking mess the next day. Fortunately, an ex-girlfriend just showed up out of the blue and found me unable to walk and nursed me back to health. I still have great gratitude for her assistance, especially as I had been nasty to her, deciding I was more interested in the drugs than her, and that was how the relationship had ended. This might take a number of videos. I'm still only 18 at this point. I haven't even begun. I'm reluctant to make this video, and the next, and the next, like an addiction. I forgive myself that I have allowed myself to apply comedic routines to my vlogs.